So firstly, what are OKRs, right? O is objectives, KR is key results. And usually that's the first question, what the hell is an OKR? So look, the simple way to think about objectives is it's where do I want to go? And key results is really how will I pace myself to see if I'm getting there? I've got these markers on my journey that help me actually get to the end result that I want. So here's what OKRs are. So if you think about objectives, right, it's the most important 3 to 5 objectives for the company. Right? At the first thing is at the company level, you should have them. And there are 2 ways to actually frame your objectives. We like to state them in such a way that is aspirational and lasting, i.e., so it's not numerical, it is not time bound. An objective should be aspirational, it should be lasting, it doesn't really change for at least a few years. So these are outcomes, they're measurable, they're time bound, and they should be easy to rate or score, right? So it's a very clear whether you hit it or miss it, right? It cannot be ambiguous. Anybody in the company, anybody on your team should be able to read, look at a key result and say, yep, we know exactly how we can measure it. And the best practice way of setting OKRs is you want to set, you want to put some major stretch into your OKR. So the sweet spot for OKRs now as a company, when you say green, red, and yellow, green is when you met the OKR, red is when you completely missed, yellow is sort of in the middle. In general, a best practice or sweet spot is you want to be 60-70% green. Usually when I see a set of OKRs and they're 100% green, what it indicates to me is the team is just not stretching. Here's what OKRs are not. OKRs are not a laundry list of to-dos, and this is really important. Sometimes I see companies, they have a list of OKRs, they have 10 objectives, they have, 32 key results. I mean, that's a laundry list of things that you want to do. If you know at the beginning of the year that you're going to have an all green, set of key results, you're just not stretching yourself. Now, the other important thing about key results is these are not activities, okay? And if you can do it in a day or 2 or less, it's a task or an activity. And this is pretty important, guys, right? So for instance, schedule X user feedback calls is not a key result. That's an activity. Write X blogs is an activity, right? These are like tasks or activities. These are not key results. So if you have a task, what you should do is ask, what is the intended outcome of that task, right? If you complete task is what does it mean in terms of what objective will it achieve? So again, right? Key results are not really activities, they are outcomes, but they have to be outcomes that are measurable and also that are time bound. Why are these important? I think the most important thing is prioritization, right? It really helps you at the company level, but also at the team level. But I think at a minimum, you should have them at the company level. It helps you prioritize on what is most important. Second, it helps you drive alignment. And this is really, really important. Once you go from, let's say, 10 or 20 people to 30, 40, 50 people, alignment gets to be a challenge. Third is it gives you a common framework around which you can communicate, right? And this is very important because, and obviously communication and alignment are very tightly linked. So really, why do they matter at your stage of a company? It's because you can drive alignment much better. You can also communicate better, and it should improve the velocity and the quality of your execution dramatically, right? At the end of the day, that's what's most important, is being able to execute and land the things that you're supposed to do.